Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We are playing in the Bestiary Flashback League with a solo self-found hardcore Necromancer with a focus on summoning phantasms with all the minions. We find ourselves in Act 5 at the beginning of things, when all we have to worry about are these corrupted Oriathans rather than the crazed hordes or that follow Kitava, who is even more crazy than the folks around him. So in between episodes I got myself a new helmet. It's a blue one, but it does have +1 to minion gems. I used the recipe for that. So the skeleton in here is now 1 level higher. And last episode I think I talked about it, the K support, and we picked it up from the Act 4 reward. Figured, nope, let's put it on and let the skeletons do some extra damage that way. We'll just see how it works out. Could replace this with minion movement speed or minion damage. I think minion damage is probably going to be the better one, but for now, no, it's just going to be a fun little thing here. Another thing I mentioned at the end, now 1300 life. I was a little anxious about it, and I think it's actually good to just consider. Right now I've got 7 zombies. Doing relatively okay with that. No, it's a good horde. The damage is pretty good. Now we kind of hobble stomp everything that really gets in my way. So it's not like I need another zombie in order to maximize my damage. Okay, Harbies. Maybe not a great idea. Also invasion and strongboxes. Desecrate, minion damage. Let's deal with these and then go back. But we don't really need the more zombies urgently. And as I said, I'm feeling a little uncertain about my current amount of life. And especially Kitava is not too far anymore. I'm definitely not feeling too happy about that. Though first time Act 5 Kitava is not that bad. Act 10 Kitava is painful. Yeah, let's go with the word painful, especially the near the end. So what I'm gonna do is actually gonna reverse some points here. 5 to be precise. And I'm gonna max out the melding wheel over here. So 1300 and 700 becomes 1433 and 789. So that's 130 and 90, that's 220 hit points added by just reassigning some points. And I hope this is gonna be helpful. Also, I just had a look at my skill tree, and actually I forgot to spend some points over here. This will increase my armor as well as my energy shield, so this energy shield number will go up. And of course, more armor means more helpful things. So actually, that means I probably can just get started on that. For the next couple levels, that's going to be my focus. So energy shield even more. Armor, it's now 900. It's going to bump up a little bit as I advance. And I hope all of these things together will just make me a little sturdier. Because right now, no, as I said, damage is not the issue. But the staying alive bit is what I'm nervous about. Could also be, when I leveled my original character through in Bestiary, it was just a for fun, very experimental character that was undergeared at all times. I think I might have had less than 1000 life when facing Malachi, for example, rather than the 1200 or so that I had. I had no armor. It was a life and energy shield build that really wasn't doing too great on both of those either. And at the beginning of that build, of course, it was a dominating blow focused build without the tanking power to back it up. So as such, I died more than I'd liked. Yeah, that's go with more than I liked. After rejigging the dominating blow version to a pure summoner, things went much better. But still, I was the weakest link. That's why now this build has the armor, it has a shield rather than a staff, and overall, no, this is a much sturdier build. Still, it's there's no Immortal Call in here yet, because I haven't obtained the gem yet. So that's one weakness that... No, the other build definitely got a lot sturdier once I got Immortal Call in it. So that's something we'll notice once again here. So yeah, a little bit of a shift in focus for the build. Might be a little bit overcautious. Sometimes I do that. On the other hand, sometimes I might be a little bit too reckless where I should be cautious. So I hope in this case, better err on the side of staying alive. And I think my reasoning was pretty good. So there's that. Okay, so Pewterfang, yep, yeah, couldn't take the other one. Just one or the other.
Great job, Exile. I now will take the castle.
Okay. Okay, you are probably gonna make me summon things. No, you're not. Okay. I think the damage output, we're doing alright. If we're gonna need a couple more seconds to take out a Innocence, then so be it. Because the flip side's also true. He'll need a couple more seconds to take me out as well. And that is something I care quite a lot about. The whole not getting killed part. Okay, Stone Golem. What is my life regen up to these days? 77. Okay. So that's about 5% of my health that regenerates per second. That's okay. That's 20 seconds recover from a nearly mortal wound. The other way of looking at it is my life regenerates fully 3 times every minute. Yep, just rephrasing it to sound slightly better. But most of the damage I should be taking on my energy shield. If I'm tanking on my life, I'm doing something wrong. And no, if you look at a fight like this, my energy shield outside of the first couple seconds, it hardly moved. It actually, I think it had time to regenerate. Just having so many minions capable of just distracting the enemy, they actually do distract the enemy. So if all I really need to do is just tank a couple seconds worth of damage, then that's alright. And that's also where all the other defensive layers come in. I mean, there's Enfeeble in here. The other builds that I always keep comparing it to had Haste. Haste is a good quality of life improvement. I mean, if you move faster, you can clear faster. Especially once you do have those Bones of Uller, because those are not fast boots. But yeah, Haste, it helps your damage, but it's not really that great for boosting your survivability. Okay, one waypoint. And then we can just keep hopping onwards. So what's the mods here? Invasion, Nemesis, and Horrendous. 3 additional rare items, detonates corpses, ignites me, sure. Ignite is actually an annoying mod. Because I don't have any removal for it on this build just yet. But usually it lasts short enough that it's not that big a deal. Okay, a lot of Piranda stuff going on. So it's 2 flavors. One is just kill minions until they give up. Other one is there's a rare or unique hiding in the back and you need to murderize that one. Molten Shell. Yeah, I can level it one more time. Okay, yellow beastie. Let it come to me. Oh, wow, you're teleporting too much, buddy. Let's throw the trap. I have it. Sweet.
Great job, Exile. I now will take the captured piece to the menagerie.
Okay, then there should be a matriarch in here somewhere. Come on, bossy, bossy, boss. Where are you? There you are. The matriarch. And goodbye. 2-star ring, 16%er. Oh. Vault of Flameblood, that is gonna chase after me. And it teleported next to me for the final move. That was a good move. Tactically well played. Well, in all of this madness, I find myself regretting that it does not have Beyond on this map. Because that would of course have been awesome. I mean, there's plenty of mobs around to probably get me a demon. Leveled up specters. Did come around to actually adding the Stygian MTX so the specters are now smoky rather than very blue. I think they do look better this way. Bit more ominous. Okay, so far it feels like a relatively uneventful run. Hey, Haku. Well, he's level 4 now, so doing dailies there. I am actually gonna ignore him out here. And instead we'll just push forward and say hello to Mr. Innocence. Who's not that innocent after all. We know his dirty secrets. So let's have a chat with the folks in town. I do have some items for the various folks. Hello, Lani. Yeah, you're giving me a flask. Already have those, including some of the hallowed ones. So let's just go for another Quicksilver. Sure. Always find myself wishing for more orbs of transmutation, so trying to sell all the stuff that's not that great. This one has decent life. Lacking some resists though, and the other one also had life, so it's just not good enough. So just get rid of that one. Let's empty some pockets here. Oh, is that actually a different type of currency that I haven't seen yet? Yeah, annulment shards. Those are relatively rare. Nice. This one is a crafting base and then some flasks. That one and that one.
Hello.
Oh, Valenta. Skill point. Oh. Yay. So, more energy shield and more armor. So there's nearly 1,000. I mean, build's not gonna put a lot of points into armor boosts, but there will be a couple ones. So I'm aiming to get about 80 to 100% increased armor, rather than the 300 or so that you would expect on a Marauder. But the goal for this build is not to be about all armor all the time, but it's just going to be a little bit of armor. enough to just shrug off some of the more casual attacks by the weak monsters. Okay. There, let's throw the trap. Hopefully hit the right one. Or enrage it. Also, this is beyond. Yeah. Marvelous.
First ones look upon this capture with pride, Exile. You hunt well.
That could have gone worse in many, many more ways. Actually capture the red beastie. So it's the Templars where things get interesting. They can do quite some damage. See? Elemental Thorns. Sure. Don't look all that surprised. But yeah, that's Nemesis, of course. Nemesis, Beyond, and Hobbies. I must say, I hope the next area will have Beyond as well, because the density there is always very nice. Fractured. Forici is in the next area. Let's see if he has something. Ooh, look at that.
You there. A moment of your time.
Hello.
Kill the malcontent.
Kill the malcontent. Well, keeping malcontents I can do. Keeping the guard alive, that's gonna be difficult. But hey, at least there's gonna be a rogue exile for me to murder. Well, if nothing else, it's 3 kills. And of course, Vorici's displeasure. That also carries a certain satisfaction with it. Okay, little demons. Enemies keep streaming in, that's good. You are large, but you are not great. Okay, and then one more for that one. And then over here we have a life and a mana node that could be... Oh, speaking of, I forgot about Hardened Soul. Okay, I think it's about time to just start cashing in on some of those survivability nodes. No, I went from 1300 life to nearly 1500. And from 700 ES to nearly 850. Frozen Trail, that is for Frostbolts. Hey, wasn't that Kato's room? Or that will be Kato's room. There's no room. The room is a lie. Okay. Hello, Hobby. Okay. It's a nice room for it. Also a Val side area, fun times. Oh, let's not stand in the pretty blue stuff. It's pretty, it's also not very good for your health. Okay. There we are, then hot on the heels. Box, did we get any Beyond? Yeah, we got some Beyond. Ice Nova, 5 additional items. Low on ults, so not gonna re-roll this one. Get some corpses up, get a totem up, get some ravens in the air. And then just step back. My minions might be frozen, but I am not. Oh, they survived, so in the end it's all good. And then this is the way forward. Ooh, hello, hello, hello everybody. 3 yellow, orange things, close proximity. Flame Blood. Angry enemies. Wow, 2 Flame Bloods. Fun times. And a bobblehead. Let's get distracted. Monsters are speedy. On top of that, nothing, because this is a special side area. And special side areas don't get affected by flashback mods. Would probably be overpowered or too dangerous otherwise. Even though I think technically it could be done. It shouldn't be too difficult, but it might be too easily abused. Too high density of uniques. Oh, hello. Miscreations. Also, they were fine pets when I had them. Okay, Shrine ahead. If we just fight a little bit out of range, then most of them won't be affected by the Shrine. Good for my health. And then we just scoop in and grab the resistance. Fun thing with the miscreations is, of course, if you manage to get behind them when they are already locked into a shooting direction, the first salvo is gonna miss you. Ooh, you look Kitava inspired or affected by Val Lightning Warp. The warp skill that doesn't warp yourself, but it warps enemies. Which actually could be a good reason to go use a Val or regular Lightning Warp as a movement skill. Because then you get Val Lightning Warp with it as a free get away from me button. Okay, Harvey. Let's just walk a small step backwards. Not too many demons. And there we go. Superior. Superior is always helpful to pick up. Glassblower bubbles are pretty expensive if you have to buy them. I mean, if you have to buy them from vendors, that is. And there are 8 blacksmith whetstones. Each of those is 3 armor scraps. So now you're looking at 24 armor scraps for a single bubble. Which, no, on SSF I pick up all the things, raids. You can't buy too many of those before you're out. The boss is the one we wanted, the other one's not, so I failed that one. Yeah. So the mages went down much too soon. Oh well, as I said, I was not expecting to win this one. Expectations were met. Ooh. Okay, next stage, Bringer of Fragility and Bringer of Bones. Bring all the things, I'll just drink myself into Curse Resistance. And then Chamber of Innocence. Beyond, yes. Abyss and Kadir Bro. And a full backpack. So let's fix that and then deal with the others. And then all of these things. No. Let's do this. those patches of burning ground is something that minions could fall to. Can't see. Okay, let's just get out of there. Plenty of stuff getting murdered here. Demons are happily showing their face. Little ones. Verandas on top. Oh yeah. Bring out your dead. It's quite an onslaught this. Upsides, my minions are all still alive. Quite happily so. Total haul, 0 greater demons. Then we got 2 portals, 3 portals. We can get one more group of minions into this direction and we might be able to unleash a demon after all. So let's see if in this corner we can get someone's attention. Anyone? Yeah, there we are. Come on. No. The other one is just relatively far up, so it's gonna be a long shot. Yeah, okay. And they're just too distracted. Nope. That was not gonna be it. Too bad. Oh. Sister, brother. Largest room. Oh, strongbox. Well, that is good. Ghosts. I think he might have been able to possess something, but I'm not entirely sure. Enemies do die so quickly these days. Ice Nova. That's the downside. Explode split extra chest level. Sure. Okay. Low level demon. And we got a puzzle. Which I don't recognize. 5 breachstone splinters. Marvelous. Okay, let's get all the minions out, then just teleport out of their midst. Doing this maneuver with some armor on you, definitely better than doing it without armor. Still, it does carry some risks, because you will be exposing yourself to damage and intentionally taking some to trigger your convocation. Not so far. Seems to work out alright. The density just not quite what I had hoped it would be. Okay. Pushing even further in. It's things I wouldn't do for demon summoning. Lost one of my revenants here. That's, well, good sign of just how much damage is being done. And a raging spirit with a little bit of quality. Could be fun to level, but switching my weapons around now to put it in will just unsummon all kinds of things, which I'm not really looking forward to. Okay, then Heart and Soul is the next one. Molten Shell. Need to pin that one, otherwise it is gonna miss the self-cast or the cast when damage taken cast window. Ooh, look at that. Decent number of enemies, also backed up by a shrine. Getting some demon things, but again, it's just a wannabe effigy. Okay, piss. Okay, let's get some enemies here.
Of immense power.
Okay. Let's just grab that one and then run on. Just take you out. Yeah. Oh, wow. Coward AI, definitely not a great combo with mostly melee minions. Since whatever you are casting at also tends to steer your minions. Wait, did this one run back? Yeah, it did. So then here is where I do need to be. Actually, not a bad thing that it doubled back on itself. Gives greater density in terms of where the monsters are spawning and thus dying. Hey. Oh. One demon portal. That's kind of it. Holy chainmail. Yeah. Might as well just empty my pockets here. Searching eye. Chance to avoid being shocked. Kind of okay. Not really all that great. Especially with a small chance. It doesn't really feel reliable enough to be worth a mod. Because you could get things that are just more generally reliable. Right. Slowly getting closer to where we need to be. And I fear that despite my best efforts, demons or greater demons are not going to be on the menu today. Though, no, we still have a false angel god, something to deal with. So I guess though it's not all bad. Something large is going to die today. It's always this area is much larger than I feel it is. You're always in here for a much longer time than you'd think. It's like just a small spiral. How long could it take? But it's always there's more of the level than you think there is. Etched kite shield. That sounds like some next level shield action. Okay, all the minions still have all their feet and toes, so let's go. High Templar Avarius. Nope.
I am the Emperor.
Nope, Emperor sits on his golden throne. You are an imposter. Oh, we do have Beyond active, but I suspect all these ghostly minions don't have souls to drop for the Beyond demons, so we're safe in that regard. You... Okay, as long as you're focused on me, you're not focused on my minions. No. It's helpful to at least help me keep my flasks full. In my experience, the Kitava fight, it was much more difficult to keep your flasks full, especially in the last one. You, okay. Next phase. Look at the health bar of the minions. They are completely not impressed by whatever Innocence is trying to do. And truth be told, I had expected my energy shield and my life to be moving more than it is right now. So from that perspective, oh, this is much easier than I had expected it to be. But that's the thing, you only discover that once you're actually in the fight. If you think it's gonna be okay and then it doesn't turn out that way, you got an issue.
I shall say.
So there we are. That was that. So we might as well just have a quick chat with Mr. Bannon over here. What damnation have you done? Well, I killed your god. You're welcome. You can now bow to me. Yep. And then we get a violent dead. Zombie slams has increased cooldown recovery. Stacks with the Necromancer specialization. So then they recharge in 1/3 of the normal time. And they deal increased damage with their slams. And all your minions deal 10% increased damage as well. That seems useful enough. Because zombie slam, of course, makes zombies more powerful. So we now have a gem that is worth socketing. So I'll just carry that one along with me. So that's gonna be actually heart and soul, then those 2 points, and then we are there. So that should be okay. But I think this is gonna be once again a good point to call it the end of an episode. So as always, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next episode. Bye bye.